We're here with defensive ends Kennedy Emesibe and Noah Westerfield. How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
How's camp going so far?
Camp is going pretty, it's going pretty good so far. Just trying to get better, and it's a big change from high school.
Camp is freshman year. It's a struggle. Our bodies hurt. No really rest periods, but just gotta after practice, go ice yourself up, go to ice tub, and get your mind right. That's what it really is. Just in there mentally, because everybody's going to the same page as everybody else.
So June, you jump right in. You get into Summer Bridge, take a couple classes, get right into the strength and conditioning program. What was that adjustment like in both those things?
Summer Bridge, it was a real struggle. 2 classes I took. Personally, I took a math class and an English class. So just both those subjects, put on top of each other.
Rough.
Difficult for me. So it was fun though. Just like meeting some of the other freshman students, and then being with our class is pretty fun. And then something like the strength and conditioning and stuff, it was pretty hard coming from high school because like ours was. It just wasn't as hectic and just as on point and everything. So just coming here was just a big change.
And then strength and conditioning. Oh man, I never conditioned so hard before in my life. I didn't know you can run when you're tired. I know you can run when you're tired, but how tired we were and started to run, it was. I thought it was a living hell.
This guy was a character.
What did that do for you, having to push through when you thought you couldn't go anymore?
I don't know.
To make you mentally tougher?
There's a lot of times I want to fall on the ground, but just looking at your teammates around you, knowing that they're breathing hard just as hard as you, and the fact that they're going through the same pain, it made me push through. Because if it was just me by myself, I would have just fell out. But the fact that I see Noah huffing and puffing, Trey huffing and puffing, so I was like, okay, I can do it too.
So this camp. Compare what it's like going against seasoned Division I athletes versus coming from high school. What's the transition like?
Wow, that's a good question because coming from Texas, we had some really good athletes, good offensive linemen. So it was a big change, but I was just kind of used to like the physicality and everything, but just like the size. I've been just seeing guys who are 6'8", 6'7". I'm lining up against them, and I'm the short guy now. So it's just a little different, and just dudes who are just naturally stronger than you, but they have 2 or 3 years on us. But it's just a big change. But it's just fun to just see like, wow, this dude was in my position 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and now we're all coming like on like the same basis and playing as like hard as each other. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. On top of that, the speed as well. I didn't know like. Big 300-pound people can move that fast. Like my first couple days off the ball, I was shocked. I was like, what? Like this guy 340 pounds able to reach me. I'm like, no. And then do it again. But in the size difference too, like the strength-wise, it was just ridiculous how they can stick out their arm, and just blow you off the ball. And so it was a big change.
Yeah, it was a few instances on one-on-ones like throughout the week. You just come through, you just running full speed, you try to chop their arm down, it just doesn't move. It's just like a big meat sack. You just can't move it.
Yeah.
Now, what's it like going up against that offensive line? They play a unique scheme where they're not firing off at you; they're stepping back. You got to try and chase them.
It's different.
Yeah, that is very different. Like Kenny said, it's just they come up with their hands. So usually you just think of guys just come like this. You just like, okay, let's slap them. But now it's like there are no hands, and you're shooting off, and then the hands are coming out of nowhere.
I think the biggest question. I don't know if any other teams do the same thing as our offense does with the underhand, but. If not, I feel like that makes us better if you go against different varieties of offensive linemen that do different type of blocking schemes. So I feel like that will elevate our game even more when we go against other teams. So.
With it being a little hard for the defenders to get their hands on the offensive lineman, does it seem like a pretty effective scheme as far as an offense goes?
Yeah, it does, because it just like challenges you, like your whole psyche. You're just thinking like, okay, I'm gonna get off his hand's gonna pop right in my face, and I'm getting past him. But now it's just a lot different, and just to mix defenses up like that, and just some like the best pass rushers, like some like most physical guys in the country, it just changes the whole game. So
yeah, and then doing something that you're not used to, like. Doing going against a team with a different type of scheme is like, I feel like that's the better way. If you do the same thing that every team does, you're not gonna be good. If you do something different, like what we do, you're gonna be pretty good.
Can you tell when they're gonna run versus pass when they're playing in the 2-point stance?
Honestly, the first day, actually, like the whole first week, I really could not tell. Coach you know, made it sound like I could in meetings sometimes, but you know, honestly, like to myself, like, I could not tell, and that was like the biggest thing because you know, most coaches don't get your head in the backfield, don't be looking, you know, past your, you know, key. But you know, now it's just like, well, I don't even know what's going on because they're doing the same thing. So it just kind of challenges like your whole thought process. And I mean, you just have to be like that more focused and not more just on the ball. So, you know.
Yeah, and when I first came, I saw that, I was like, they're so dumb. Why they in 2-point? I just know you're gonna pass. And then when they ran, I was like, let me watch you again. A pass again. Oh, huh. Hey, no, did you see that? I mean, like, so. I mean, yeah, it was very different. Now I'm slowly it's slowly getting to me, but at the same time, still having a hard time struggling with the pass and what to run.
Yeah, and it's only been 3 weeks, so I mean, we have plenty of time, you know, finally like understand like what they're doing. Not that we're playing against a team like them, but ever in the future, if we ever do, then you know we'll be seasoned very well with that.
Now, Kennedy, you're a SoCal guy. Noah, this weather must feel like heaven to you.
Oh, this is amazing. You know, back home it's like one of the coaches just told me it's like 100 right now. So I mean, just coming out here and just, you know, I'm actually used to it now. So I think this is hot. I'm like, oh, it's kind of hot today. I'm sweating, and you know, back home
you're getting soft, huh?
Yeah, exactly. People back home are like, man, it's so hot. I'm just like walk outside and just start sweating. And like me, I'm just like, I can walk outside again and just be myself and wear comfortable clothes.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. When I was where I'm from, SoCal, the high desert, it's just hot, dry, just your skin just feels like it's aching when you go outside, and the fact that you can come outside in Berkeley, feel like a good sea breeze, it's like 60, 70 degrees. Not windy, it's just like a cool breeze, like a cloudy day. It's enough where you can just wear like a jacket or even like a short sleeve shirt. It just feels nice.
Coach was mentioning that keeps you guys fresh in practice. Your bodies don't get broken down from the humidity like they do in so many other regions.
Yeah, it really does, because I remember after the first week, you know, I was tired, you know, I was worn down, but it wasn't like camp from high school. High school camp, it was just like every part of my body was aching and I was just drained mentally and physically. Here it's kind of like, okay, my body hurts, but I'm just not like down to the ground. I'm not just like, you know, crawling everywhere. You know, it's, you know, I'm actually like, you know, fresh, you know. So.
Yeah, with me, I can't really say I never played in humidity like people in Texas, but I do not want to experience that anymore.
Last question I ask all the guys who are some of the bigger characters in class, and I have a feeling that you guys are probably somewhere in that competition, but who would you say are some of the bigger jokesters and crazier guys in the class?
Oh, yeah, there's one who just takes the cake. Vic. Vic is probably the biggest character in class, walking to class, at lunch, walking away from lunch, walking to practice, at practice, in the locker room, talking to coach. You know, if we ever go out to a party or something, you know, on campus or something like that, even like in a convenience store.
It's like 10 different personalities.
Exactly. It's weird, and you know, I'm just gifted enough to be his roommate, you know, by some job of imagination. I don't know why, but you know, he's my roommate, so I'm gonna have to deal with that for the next year.
See, in front of the media, he seems quiet and mature, so that's a front, huh?
But back in the dorms, no,
he's probably the.
I'm not trying to talk bad about nothing, but I mean,
he's a character guy. Yeah, he's a character.
Another candidate or two?
Let me think. One you probably wouldn't think of, I would probably say Trey. Trey's a big character. You know, he seems Trey. You know, just to me.
He's been mentioned.
Oh, okay.
He's been mentioned.
Trey, and then probably right behind Trey is probably
Noah.
Probably Kennedy, because this guy he knocks on your door at 2 in the morning asking for something you wouldn't even ask for, like a book or an annotation from a page. You know, it's certain things like that. I mean, he's a character. I mean, he's a good guy, but it's just, you know, he's a character. Like, he always makes you laugh. You know.
Well, you gotta love having the personalities in your class. It's got to make it fun to bond and everything else.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you taking the time to talk, and good luck this upcoming season.
Go Bears.
Thank you.